The mission of YUKKA Lab is to provide fact-based, actionable insights to the financial markets. With their augmented language intelligence technology, they can generate a systemic and efficient overview of topics and trends observed in the financial news. This enables their customers to handle the rapidly increasing amount of various financial data in real time. People get their important insights about moving thematic context, pain points and success factors within seconds. Next on stage, YUKKA Lab.
Hello everyone, this is Andreas and I'm Oliver. We're the founders of YUKKA Lab, a leading decision intelligence company based in Berlin with a team of 25 AI experts. Our mission is to introduce a data-driven approach to news and transform the way you work through our news AI. At the DIA in Amsterdam, we showed how we can boost the efficiency and the performance of an underwriter by a factor of up to 25x by pre-assessing the news and giving him a condensed credit risk score based on all the news articles out there, showing him the probability for a credit rating downgrade based on the news, as well as an overview of all the risk events that you can find about the company in the news. So we got a lot of good feedback and interested inquiries in different use cases on how our news AI could be leveraged. So today I want to show you how you could leverage the news-based scores that we have to really get targeted alerts for different use cases in different business units. So imagine if every expert in your company had a personal assistant that would read the news, analyze them, and provide you a summary as well as relevant alerts, how great that would be. That is exactly what we do. We just do it better because we add the benefits of AI. Our AI assistant does not only read 10, 15 articles from 3 to 5 sources. It reads more than 700,000 articles, so the entire media landscape of licensed and online articles from 150,000 global sources. That's news in Chinese, Russian, English, German, French, Spanish, and Italian. So who speaks all of those languages? And then it not only reads those, it translates the text into a measurable data point, making news measurable, allowing you to detect patterns that you can't see as a human because you simply can't read that much. So that's really the benefit of our technology, and we want to give that to you with a personal assistant that can help you to boost your performance. So let's see how that works. On an example here, we have an alert popping up, supply chain risk alert on the company Jinko Solar. You probably never heard of the company. I wouldn't check for it in the news. So let's go to the tool and see why it crossed this supply chain risk alert. We can see the yellow line, that's our custom supply chain risk score. Clearly shows a peak, so that's why the alert was triggered. At the bottom you can see the news volume for the company over time. The turquoise bars, that's the events detected for the company. And below you have the mosaic that explains the score. So we can see we have the events plant closure, unethical business activity, delivery logistic problems that triggered the score. If we want to know more, we click on plant closure, and without having to read an article, I can see the event spans, and I already see that they had to close a plant in Sichuan due to power rationing. If I click on unethical business activity, I can see that they are alleged to use forced labor of Uyghurs in some of their manufacturing plants. So serious allegations that you sure probably want to escalate within your organization. So you can click on an article, you flag it, you specify which company, what event, and then you comment what you saw critical, and then you include either supply chain for the first case or probably compliance for the second one. And you escalate it within the organization. So not only are we creating a snapshot of what information you saw in the news, but we also create an audit trail. How did you escalate it? How did you act on it? And what was the response from compliance? Did you move through with the deal or not? So we make it traceable. So it's a very good example of what the AI assistant can do, from alerting, providing the snapshot, as well as the case management software to communicate with other stakeholders. But it's not the only thing we can do. We also can look at the entire the customer portfolio in a data-driven way. We can sort it by the exposure to our scores, and then we can click on them, see the event spans to really quickly get a grasp if it's relevant for us or not. So imagine you had to perform a news due diligence for supply chain risk exposure, ESG exposure, and you would only spend 10 minutes in a search engine, which would be really a poor news audit. You would need, for a portfolio of 1,000 companies, more than a month. So you would be not looking at the first companies you checked for 3.5 weeks already. With the AI, you're constantly screening all the news out there, so it's much more thorough. And you would only have to look at roughly 200 companies because 800 of them do not have any risk events. So the AI has checked it. You don't need to invest your human resource to look at those. And you could also triage, have more severe cases checked by a senior underwriter and milder ones by a junior. So that's really the benefit of this screener. And you can, of course, interchange the score. So you can look at sentiment. We have a general risk score, credit risk, ESG risk, sales scores, and even investment scores. And you can create your custom score as easy as Andreas will show in a second. You give it a name. You choose from our 160 events which ones are relevant for your business. You attribute a weighting, a polarity, and off you go. You got your custom lens, and you can see the world's news being analyzed in real time through that specific calibrated lens and act on this data. So the scores are the best base to trigger a relevant alert because they know what's important for your business and what's your point of view. So for portfolios, you can set up different alerts, or for companies based on ESG, supply chain, credit risk, whatever it is, what you engage with. And then you will be proactively informed by your AI assistant that constantly checks if there is some new developments. In addition, you can also get a branded newsletter to periodically read up on the latest stories for your portfolio. And that kind of rounds off your best practice approach on how to deal with news. So really, pairing your human expertise with our AI boosts your efficiency, but also your performance. Because there are things you can't see with the human eye, which the AI can see. So by bringing the two together, you can make better informed decisions, reduce business risks, uncertainty, and increase your performance. So how you inform yourself is probably the most underserved process in most organizations. Most people are left alone with it. So I think it's time that we give the business experts the advantages of an AI assistant and have them follow a best practice approach that's linear, structured, and the same for everyone in the organization. So they stay ahead of the competition, but also stay ahead of the curve. So we're now the last show and tell standing between you and the end of the first day of the conference, the apéro. So this is also why we're dressed like this. We hope that you also would like to have such an AI assistant, and that, of course, you vote for us as a DIA Diamond and come by our booth. We have some Münchner Festbier at our booth, and we would like to toast on you and a good conference. Thanks for your attention. Bye.
Thank you.